Good morning. This time on Ricky's Repairs, we are going to try to finish up this interior, so stick around and let's get started. Okay, before we install the dash under structure here, I'm going to change this airbag out right here because this is the wrong color now. And I've got the right color to go in there. So we're going to change that out before we put it in. Alright, now we're ready to put it in. Alright, this is where we're going to have to make some modifications because we are going to change our center console. Is going to be different now. And we're going to have to put a new vent in here because we're swapping from the armrest that breaks all the time, that plastic armrest. And then we're going to go to a better version of it. So, alright, so to make this happen, there's a door right here we got to take off to accept this new vent setup. So, gotta take these screws out. There, and then there's a door right here. Gotta take this door off. Right there. And I think that's on all of them. From 99 to 03 anyway. And then you take this piece and put it in its place. Not like that. And then you put the screws back in. Alright, and that's got it right there. Okay. Now we'll just get us a rag and wipe that off. And then that right there is where our center console is going to go up in there. We need to get our glove box cover on because this has a backing plate on it that mounts right in here that our console bolts to. Need to get all of our clips out and get them installed in our glove box. And we need to try to get them out without breaking them. That is the trick. Well, I'm going to have to go get a pick and get that out. Let's go get a pick and get that out. There's plastic stuck in here. And these old clips right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. But right inside there is a piece of plastic in there from the old glove box. We got to get that out so that it'll go all the way in. So we're going to go take that out. Alright, so now we got it out. So when you look, right in there, it was lodged right in there. I had to take a flathead screwdriver and spread them apart and push that old piece of plastic out. That way this will lock down in there all the way. Alright, where were we? Now all we got to do is plug in our outlets here. We got one for the cigarette lighter, the ashtray. I think there's supposed to be a bulb in there. Push that one in and turn it. And then you plug in all of your outlets here. Okay. And then, looks like I'm going to take these back out because I've got 1, 2, 3 spots. 1, 2, 3 spots for these screws. So I got to take these screws back out. And then I got 2 bolts I need to put in for this airbag first. So let me get 2 bolts for that in a 10mm. So yeah, I almost forgot. Up in here is 2 bolts that hold that airbag in there. And I almost forgot them. Yep, almost forgot them. Don't do that. Okay. Now we're ready to put our glove compartment in. Now what we got to check is right here, these brackets that were on the old truck, on the old dash here, are different than the ones here that are going in. So we got to make sure we got room for this stuff to sit in here, because I'm not sure we're going to have the clearance we need. Clearance. Yeah, see, those are going to be right in the way. Yep, that ain't going to work. So I'm going to push that one out of the way. Push it down and out. And the same thing on that one. I might have to get a pair of pliers on that one and get it pushed out of the way. I just need to push them down so these will go in. Yep, I'm gonna go grab some pliers. Basically, I'm just going to push them out of the way so that this will clear. That's all we're trying to do here. Yeah, I think we're going to have good room now. Okay, that'll work. And it's got these line-up pins in here. I'm going to get them lined up. There we go. Right. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now, we need to plug in our light right there. And then we got some screws we need to put in. There's one right there, actually. Yep. Alright, now, got that in. Now we can put 2 screws in here and our cover plate on. And this side will be getting there. Okay, got that side. Because this guy right here has to go on. Now we'll go back and put this in again. Okay. Okay, and that'll snap down on there when we're ready. And then we got to put the piece underneath the steering wheel in. Alrighty guys, so I got an amp kit online and it came with 4-gauge power wire right here. And it's a recoil kit, and what I'm going to do is I've got some loom, some wire loom. I put it on top of that to help protect it. And what we're going to do is they give you like 17 feet of wire, which should be enough to do what we need to do. So what I'm going to do is peel back some of this loom here, because you're supposed to put a fuse within, I think I want to say it's 12 inches of your power source from the battery, or where you're going to be getting power from. And so they give you this, this is a fuse box right here, an inline fuse block, and it's got a 120 amp fuse already on it. So what I'm going to do is this right here just pulls off like this. I'm going to remove the fuse for now while I'm doing my wiring. And then I'll install it when we're done, because I don't want to electrocute myself. You just unscrew the 2 Allen screws here, fold it over the side and pull it out. There's your fuse right there. So we'll just set that to the side momentarily. And then go ahead and tighten this back up for now. And then over here on the sides, that's where your wire goes in. So we'll unscrew this. They put a little piece of plastic in there to give it some resistance from the factory. So we'll just unscrew this some. And that piece of plastic should come out. There it is. Just take that little piece of plastic out. And then what we're going to do is we got to figure out where we're going to mount this. So a lot of guys will actually mount that wire on the battery right here off this, and they'll sandwich it in between there. I don't think that's a good spot because it creates a gap in there, and then you're going to have connection issues right there. So I think that we're not going to do it there. I think the best place for us to do this is going to be right here in this power distribution block, because it comes off the alternator right here, the power that it's generating, and goes right straight into this box right here. And you got a nice lug right there. So you can put a ring terminal on that, and then we'll run our wire down through there to the back of the truck. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we need to figure out where that fuse box is going to go. And I think that a good spot is going to be I think I'm going to put it right in this area right here. Right in there. So I'll have to cut length and make it where it'll go right there. Alright, so we're going to make a cut about this far here. Right there. So we're going to hook this up to the alternator, and then we're going to come down and strip this back, and then this is going to go in here. That's how that's going to work. Let's take us a razor blade here and figure out about how far in that's going to go. So it looks like it goes in about a 1/2 inch or so. So we'll just take our knife here and cut the sheathing, the insulation around in a circle like this. That. Then we'll just make a little slit down the middle here. Careful not to cut yourself. There we go. Then we can split it open and pull it apart. There you go. Then just twist your wires together. And that's, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Okay, and just twist the wires together like that. Then we'll come over here and put it inside of our fuse holder. And twist it while we're doing that. Till we get a really good tight press fit. Right like that. And while you're pushing it in with pressure on it, tighten your Allen screw down. and get it good and tight. Okay, there you go. Now you got you a really good solid connection right there. That's not going to come out. Okay. Now all we got to do is make our connection on the other side, and that will go to the amplifier. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. Right. Do the same thing on this side. Okay. Now all we need to do is trim up our wire loom to make our wire loom cover all this up. So we'll just kind of measure it out here. And see where it stops, about right there. I'll cut it just a little long. And this is pretty cool stuff here. I think this is Tech Flex. It's really good stuff. And you just roll it over your wires. Like that. And then you can just finish it off, come around the other way here. Like that. And that makes it look really neat. Okay. Now I've left the fuse out on purpose because I'm not ready to send power yet. But I'll go ahead and put my... Actually, I'm going to leave my cover off for now. And we'll go back here. This is cool because it unwinds, it unrolls. It's kind of like a roll. And you just unroll it and set it on and slide it up. That, and you just roll it right over the top. Right like that. It looks like we're going to be a little long here too, so we're going to trim just a little bit off of this. Right there. There we go, and then just follow it up right there. Alright. That is ready to go in the truck. Alright, so get us a wrench here. Be careful not to touch nothing here, because this is hot. I'm gonna get some spritz and put on there. There we go. And that's a good spot because it's got a really long stud on it. Let's take our wire, start feeding it down through the hole there. I'm going to run it along the frame, so you just feed it right down in there like that. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to zip tie it right there. So that right there is going to be a good spot. So we'll go ahead and tighten this back down. Just snug it down, you ain't got to kill it. And then our door here does not want to close no more, which is okay. So all we got to do is notch our door out. So I'm just going to remove the door, and right here it's going to snap right in right there. So what we got to do is notch out this right here. And we'll just cut that out So you see how the other side has a notch in it where a wire goes through. Right here does not. We'll notch this out so a wire can go through there too. Alright, so I just went and found a drill bit. Got in my drill here. And we'll just drill this out a spot here. There we go. Okay. That's good. Now I'll probably get a zip tie to hold that door on there now. Okay. That's going to keep our door from coming off. Now, I'm going to zip tie the box down here. Let me get this box situated. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but right down in there is where it is. And then I'm going to run it along the frame all the way back there to the cab. Okay, so to finish up my power and my grounds, my main power and my main ground for my amplifiers in the cab, what I did was, y'all saw me drop it down on the frame right there. I followed it underneath here on the frame along the wiring harness, and then came up and I drilled 2 holes right here. Right there, drilled 2 holes. And put 2 grommets in there so that it don't rub metal, because you don't want that rubbing metal. That'd be a big deal there. And then I just got it ran right over here just for now, because I'm going to put an amp right here to run some subs. And then this is going to be the ground right here on the seatbelt stud right here. There's actually no point to drill 2 holes here. You just need 1 for your power wire, because you can ground it right there and it'll be just as good as if it's on the frame. Same thing. So that's how we got that for our amplifiers. Okay, so this is where we are now. We got all of our dash in and everything. That's all done. We got our amp installed, and I had to put some washers under here because there's a metal piece that's raised in here and it was not sitting level. So I stacked up some washers and put them underneath there, and then put some self-tappers in there and got that mounted. Got all of our wires ran right here. That turned out pretty good. And now we're going to put the console in, take that seat out, and put our new seats in. So yeah, it's coming together now. Okay, so we're going to put these seat covers on here before we put the seats in. I figured that'd be the easier thing to do. think we're just going to have to trial and error here. See how the big part right here is in the front?
Passenger.
Ah, it's labeled. Okay, good. So that means that's this one. Okay. And these are pretty good seats, but I think that'll help protect them and keep them from ripping. You know? Yeah, see how it's split right here in the back? And then you look on the seat, it's split in the back. That's how it goes.
I think you should figure out how to do it and then film your second one.
No. That's too easy. Anybody can do that. I'll give it a real world demonstration. Okay. Just the handle, you think? You think it's got to come off?
Well, this has got to go
Underneath
all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, and then the rest of the trim's got to come off, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So what's this holding it on? I don't want to break it. Flip it on over. Let's see. Underneath here. Oh, there's a clip there. Okay. I can't see here. I don't have a flashlight. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right here. Oh, it looks like another clip.
One here.
Alright, so our clips are still good. We didn't break any. So that's good. Okay, so now we can get this over that, right? Well, this is easier said than done. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this stuff's probably never been cleaned.
Probably not. On this,
I think we're going to take this base off.
you're right.
Let's just take this back off. And then let's take the base off. Okay. How does this piece come off?
What if?
There's a screw. There's two screws here, 213s. Right there. And then on the back, it looks like it slides into a slot. Okay, 213s and it slides into a slot. Okay, let's flip it back up on its. That base okay? Gonna get ripped with it.
No.
It's dirty.
Just dirty.
And that comes up. Should come up. There we go. And I'll finish this up. Hang on, we're hung on something here. Wire harness. Hang on. I'll pull that out. Well, that's good enough to get the cover on it. That's all we're shooting for. I mean, we ain't got to take it all the way off, right? As long as we can get the trim on it. Let's get this around that bit.
What is that for?
That's if you have
Oh,
power
that goes
seats.
around this.
What does? Huh?
No, never mind.
That's for power seats. I think there's a switch panel or something out there. Okay, so then this, there should be one in the back here somewhere. Put these up and then get rid of the zip. Alright, I think we can pull those tight when we get it back on.
Yeah.
Okay, so these tabs have to sit in a crotch, but we need to hook up this stuff. Who knew you had to take the whole seat apart, man? Holy cow. You got it hooked up?
Yeah, I didn't put that lock on there.
That's okay. Man, you're great, Dave. I couldn't have done this without you, buddy. Alright. No way. Oh, crap. We got to put this on. Dang it.
Oh yeah, that's why we took the
That's
seat
why
off.
we took it apart. Alright. No problem. We're going to be seat experts by the end of this. Okay, now we should have room to do everything we need to do. Get your seatbelt in there first. Okay. Then all of this should come up here real nice and easy. Like, there's my clips. There's my holes right there. All right. Okay. So that goes like that. And let's roll the seat over a little bit here. Carefully. And we'll snap in these other snaps here. You got your light on you? Sorry, you didn't sign up for that. Wrestling with the seat. There's that one. There's that one. And back here, there's one more. Right there. Okay. Now I'll just put the handle back on. Now we'll put it back on its back, and we're going to put the two screws back in it. And this one right here goes right here. Let me cinch these straps. Okay. Alright, now we'll stand it back up, see what we got. right. That looks pretty good. For the bottom. Uh-oh.
What?
That's okay. We got it right here. This right here has to go around our seat belt. Alright, now we gotta get the back.
Is this kit for a split bench?
No, it's a full bench seat in the back.
Does it say if it's a passenger or whatever?
It might. That's everything else has been labeled. Let's look. Passenger side. Yeah, that's what we're doing is passenger side. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those other ones are awesome. Seat cover.
That's all they say is seat
Take the
cover.
headrest off.
Oh no. I about made a mistake. Did you see that? Oh, we gotta have a pin or something to get this headrest out. It doesn't have the push button. There's supposed to be a, you're supposed to put a pin or something in here and it releases to the side. I'll need a pick. That was a good catch. I was gonna put that dude on there and I wasn't even gonna take the headrest off. Can you pull up on that headrest for me? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's the deal. Take a little pick and stick it in a little hole right in there and just boop, boop, and pull it off. Okay, let's try that again. I think that's all you get.
It's gonna be more involved because you got to get your seatbelt through this hole. Oh, it's Velcroed. Ah!
This is actually turning out pretty decent. I'm actually kind of happy about this. Let's see here. Good left or right? No.
It's got to go to you.
Yeah. I don't know how much though. Does it look straight? How much does me is it? Can you look at it straight on and see? I don't know how much it needs to come to me. Like
It's hard to
that?
tell because it looks like it's sitting at an angle. If you go by the seatbelt, it looks like we're good. Maybe if it's zipped.
Oh, okay, maybe. Oh, this ought to be fun, the zipper. I'll try to put it in there if you can zip it.
So does this piece hang down like that?
I don't know.
Probably ought to sweep this garage floor once in a while. See, now these, check this out. This needs to go this way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's going to make up the difference here. kind of push it around like that. There you go. Just do it like that. How's that? Factory. Ta-da! That looks pretty good. That looks a heck of a lot better than it did, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now if it'll just stay on there and stay good, that's going to be the time will be the test.
That's going to be the hard part's going to be that.
So we need to put them.
Put the fronts in and then.
Okay, we just need to get. There's the holes here.
Right.
That goes on there. I could not have done that without you.
Taking that in a road trip.
So does that pass the test?
Yeah. It's golden.
Golden. Alrighty. 1 down, 3 to go, 2 to go. It's getting there. Alright, thanks guys once again for checking me out and hanging out and watching this debacle of a interior restoration. I'm going to call it enough on this one and get this one on the channel, and I'll do one more at the end here with it cleaned up and finished up. But this right here's got us pretty well buttoned up, so it's just going to be the radio and the back seat and the driver's seat and the console, which we forgot. So anyway, stick around and we'll see what we can get into on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Have a good week.